creative thinking. How do you think in spontaneous situations? And this is where I feel that the practices that Simbi is creating for you. Since I work in corporate, I have seen the problems through my own hand. Maybe Gen AI, I work in semiconductors, so I know the problems that are present there and how, as a business professional, should solve the problems. Initially, when I was mentoring, I was in MBA days. I used to think that why they are coming with this different type of case study which are not of any use. Aptitude is quite enough for me, right? But now I am on the other side of it. Now I realize the importance of why the group exercises are conducted in SIBM Pune, because they are must. You have to cope up with the group exercises because you learn about how to work in environment. You'll be having so many interaction with the people. My team, in my organization, I work with the folks from I am Cozy Code, folks from ISB, right? So diverse vertices come there, and if you wanted to talk to these folks, you should have a strong critical thinking, and critical thinking can't be built in one day, right? Okay, we'll wait for one more minute. We'll start out this group exercise, and I'll tell you the things that how this group exercise is going to happen. We'll give you 2 minutes to think about it, and in that, once I'll show that problem statement to you, there are four options that are given there. You have to choose these two options out of that four options, and you have to tell me why I'm going to pick up that option, right? You have to give the reason behind it. And then when the group exercise started, on behalf of group, you have to discuss about four pointers, the options. Like these are the probable solutions which we think about it. Now, out of that four probable solutions, on a behalf of group, we think that these are the last two solutions that we should think into it. Basic advice is the image I'll show you, because I realize that what happens in SIB in Pune, they will show you the image on video for 1 or 2 minutes. Post that they'll remove it. Last time I removed it, people went into Viva direction. So I want that I'll show image for some time. Post that I'll remove it. Right. We'll wait for 1 more minute. Post that we'll start it out. Aditi Rupala, Aditi, can you open up your camera? Ayush Chandrani, please open up your camera. I have taken one of the grilliest interview of Ayush. Ayush, you need to buckle it up. Because see, I really want you to guys improve, right? I'm not here to, just come here and tell you that, hey guys, I have taken money or I have setting, I'm just one of the panelists for Hemant, right? I really want you to teach, or I would say learn something from me, right? Aditya has joined, Piyush has joined, two candidates. Let me note down your names so that it will be easy for me to evaluate you. Okay. First guy will go from left to right. Ayush. Pinaki. Make sure that there's no one extra is going to join the group exercise. What happened in the last two group exercise that I conducted? New people have joined, and it creates some kind of mental disbalance while handling to the people, right? Ajo is there, Ayush is there, Aditi. This is going to be interesting because last time I conducted for FMCG, right? This is a different sector which I come up with it, mainly healthcare sector. So if you're plan to get your career into healthcare sector, health tech, I would say, or healthcare consulting or marketing healthcare, right? Interesting sector, amazing money, learning is there, but you have to shine. Okay, yes. Okay, guys. So let me tell you. Let's start it, right? So consider this group exercise as a real group exercise, not a casual discussion. We will evaluate you according to clarity of thoughts. How do you think in a collaborative environment and your calm composure? There's no right or wrong answer or no better reasoning. Whatever that comes to your mind in that situation is the right answer, but it should not be vague. I'm going to focus on quality as compared to quantity. If you are taking so many entries, I don't care. Try to take three amazing entries and you're good to go. Stay calm, composed. If you feel that the topic is not familiar with me, structured thinking is very important. Don't take any random decisions. Listen carefully to the topic before speaking and don't assume any fact figures. Keep your examples relevant and simple, and manage your time. Because if you're able to manage the time, you're gonna do the things in advance. Now let's come back to the hygiene rules. Speaking. Speak only when you have a clear point to add. Keep each point clear, concise. Don't repeat when someone is already saying that point or someone has spoken on the topic, on the point. Build on someone's point of view. If you wanted to contradict, it should be in a professional sense because we are going to become managers within 2 to 3 years. And initially, when I was in your days of it, I used to neglect things. Now, big responsibility came to me. If someone looks up to me, I have to show them that hey, I'm there to handle this team, right? The subordinates who are with me, they should feel that okay, this is the person whom we really wanted to look. Don't interrupt anyone during the discussion. There will be some fillers. You have to take up the interest into that fillers. Have a confident tone and basic hygiene checks. Mm, actually, basically, you should not use these things. It is fine. It's part of our language because we speak Asian kind of language, right? We are not merely into US accent. If you are disagreeing to someone, disagree with a polite. Don't dominate the group exercise. And again, don't be silent. Try to participate. Add your point of view. I'm going to judge you according to your perspective, how you are encouraging people, how you are acknowledging the points that speak students are saying. Post that. Don't focus on only one argument that is given there, right? Group exercise is not a debate. It is more about group discussion. How you are coming with the consensus with the group discussion. Then have eye contact with the person who is taking the group exercise. Open up your camera. Last time I kicked one girl. I told her that you are not allowed in the group exercise. So you have to open up your camera. Otherwise, you are not considered for group exercise. Sit upright and use a strong positive body language because this is what I wanted. Don't do any side conversations here and there. Even if you're not speaking, listen to the people. Try to engage yourself. And most importantly, aware of group dynamics, what is happening there. Now, personalized advice when it comes to your content. So use pros, cons, cause, effects, stakeholders framework, bring real life examples, data fact figures. Don't go too much extreme or controversial. Try to add numbers, be more realistic, relate to the points which are present there. Don't add so many jargons. We don't want a fancy English. We want a English which can explain the deliverables which are present there. Think about the topic from different perspectives, and my solution has to be practical. I really want a practical solution, practical answer of it. Build that structure into your mind before speaking it out. When it comes to conclusion, two instances, people started taking conclusion on fifth minute, sixth minute, right? I don't want to repeat the same thing because I really want to see have you improved from last two group exercise or not. If you are given, if I'm planning to give a chance to you, right? Are you the person who can conclude the group exercise or not? Then don't add extreme or don't put your personal view in terms of conclusion. I want a balanced kind of a solution of that problem statement. Think about it. Okay, I'm going to show the problem to you. Okay, okay, guys, your time starts now. If you want zoom it a bit, I'll zoom it out. Is this visible, guys?
Yes. Just I cannot see the whole question.
Okay, okay, just a second, Arjo. If yeah, now it will
Yes.
is visible to you, right? Yes. You are the board of directors for struggling hospital in Tier 2 city. The hospital serves both urban middle class and vast surrounding rural. You have received one-time government grant of 80 crores. You must choose exactly two of the following four projects. Each project cost around 40 crores to implement fully. And then they are given four options: AI-driven diagnostic tools, a new pediatric wing, upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics, in-house oxygen plants. Which one you will choose and why? Interesting exercise. Think. You will be given 10 minutes for the group exercise. Last 20 seconds. Stop, guys. Over to you, Ayush.
Greetings, panel. So here we have to discuss regarding a tier 2 hospital as board of directors, and we have to choose two from the given four options. And I believe that the two feasible projects are the AI-driven diagnosis and rural outbreak and mobile clinics, because I think because this is a hospital which serves to urban as well as a vast rural area. So this will help the hospital to reach to all
Stop,
the rural
brother. Over
areas.
to you, Arju.
Greetings, everyone. So we'll be discussing about the about our hospital and any improved facilities, and we have a grant of 80 crores. So I'll be choosing for AI-driven diagnostic tools and upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. Uh, yes.
Over to you, Piyush.
So, greetings everyone. So, we are board of directors and we have to implement two projects. My first preference would be AI-driven diagnostic tools and upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. AI-driven diagnostic tools will help in increasing the decreasing the automotive task from the person and think about the different solution to a problem, and upgrading rural outreach will also help
Stop,
people.
Piyush. Over to you, Pinaki. Pinaki, you are not audible.
I'm sorry, sir. Okay. So sir, from the 30 crores, I will first decide which sector I will lack, uh, and accordingly I will distribute. And
Stop,
from
Pinaki.
the
Over to
80
you,
crore,
Akriti.
Sure. So I believe that the first two choices would be first the new child wing, which focuses on the children, because we are anyways having urban and rural classes, so they would anyways have a lot of children. So we would make sure to treat them. And then the second one would be upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics, because again we need to make sure that we reach out to more and more people who need treatment, and for that we must take steps.
Okay, stop, Akriti. Over to you, Ayush.
Greetings, everyone. In my opinion, AI-driven diagnostic tools and second, rural outreach and mobile clinics would be most helpful. Firstly, AI-driven diagnostic tools, as we are proceeding towards the AI age, most we are occurring with new diseases every day. So it would help to cater to multiple diseases across multiple people.
Stop,
It would help.
Ayush. Over to you, Aditi.
As the government has granted us 80 crore rupees, my first preference would be upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics, since it will help us build more clinics in the rural areas. And my second preference would be AI-driven diagnostic tools. It will help us uh, diagnose
Stop, Aditi. Over
many.
to you, Karthik.
As a member of the board of director of a struggling hospital, we have received a grant of 80 crore rupees, and we must decide out of the four options which one goes best for our clinic right now. I believe the upgrading rural outreach and the other one, that is in-house oxygen plant, serves our best purpose. And in this discussion, we will discuss this further.
Okay. Guys, the forum is open for 10 minutes. Go for it.
So to initiate the discussion regarding choosing two options from the given, I think we all have consciously agreed upon the rural outreach and mobile clinics, and it makes sense because we are the question stem clearly tells that this is surrounding a vast rural area and also urban area. So the reason for the struggling hospital can be like we can using this outreach we can reduce the burden so that the effectivity of the hospital goes up. And so we have to choose one more option from the remaining three, which is AI-driven diagnostic tool, pediatric wing, and the oxygen plant. I believe we should go ahead with the AI-driven diagnostic tool because this is something which is not very niche as compared to the pediatric wing or a dialysis center, and this can function and help the hospital even if they are low on manpower. And I would
I
like to
think
hear thoughts from you
before
guys.
moving on to selecting the best one, we should try to eliminate the ones that we think are the worst one of these, and then we'll discuss the further ones. So for me, I think that upgrading rural outreach and the in-house oxygen plant serves the best purpose for us. But why do I think that AI-driven diagnostic won't work is since we are already struggling with the day-to-day operations of our hospital. Maybe that means that our visitors are not visiting our plant, our hospital. That may be a reason why, because we are not yet reached those people who are in our tier 2 cities or in tier 3 villages across our city. And that is the might reason that we should upgrade. And also there might be reasons that we are not capable of having proper diagnostic centers. So adding on another one, which is very expensive AI-driven diagnostic tools, might add only the liability on our hospital.
I think I
While
agree with Karthik because I think AI driven would be quite niche here. I think I will go with upgrading rural outreach for sure, but then I also feel that a new wing focused on the children illnesses would actually cater to the family, the whole family dynamic of the middle class and of the urban and rural areas. So I feel we can have a new kind of space where we will have children coming in and we could treat them. So I think even when the adults come, I think we should also be open to treating the kids out there.
That is an
So at
interesting opinion. I would like to
What I
add
think,
a point in it that we do have a struggling hospital. So it might be struggling due to our poor service or due to the low quality of doctors, maybe they cannot diagnose properly. So I believe AI-driven diagnostic tools might help in recognizing the diseases and recognizing the exact symptoms for what is causing that disease. So it might be a good option too. Whereas for the pediatric wing, I believe it's catering to just the kids, which might not be true for that area. Obviously, there are kids in every area, but it's just catering to that sector. Holistically, if we see, I think we should be catering the whole family members, including the elders, the middle, like the young people also. So I
Yeah.
believe AI-driven diagnostic tools will be a better option.
yes,
I like to say.
totally, I
I
will.
agree with my
uh,
colleague over this topic. Like the AI-driven diagnostic tools will help us maintain with being upgraded with the current new diseases that are upcoming already, and it will also help us to cater to a large number of audience, number of patients. So it would be a better fit than to go with the pediatric one, which caters only one niche of the patients.
So I would like to add on a different perspective to all of my fellow mates. Like healthcare sector is one of the most critical sector, and we are moving towards the AI-driven diagnostic, who will be accountable for the AI-driven diagnosis, and what will be its implication? And today in our era, the narrow AI is on the boom, it is achievable only narrow AI, which can do only one task. So accountability is one of the major factor which will affect the AI-driven diagnostic. So I am in rather than in a favor of upgrading rural and mobile clinics outreach.
Guys, I believe we should first eliminate an option, starting with that, so we make some progress here. So I believe we can. How many of us agree on a new pediatric wing? If anyone of you have any other opinion regarding it, please share it with us.
So
So I think we
Uh,
are clear with one of the option which everybody agrees to, that is rural outreach and mobile clinics. So we can keep that one. For the second point, just to add to someone who said that AI driven can be an expensive thing, and regarding accountability. So regarding AI driven diagnosis, this is not about eliminating the doctors. This is just about helping the doctor in assisting
Yes,
them. And
assistant.
regarding the costing of it, so in the recent uh, budget and also the EU FTA, if we see, government is focusing on AI-driven tools and also subsidizing these things. And this is a cloud-based service, so this won't be as costly as setting up a new oxygen plant or a dialysis thing, which will be very niche. So dialysis is only for a patient who has some kidney problem, but AI-driven thing can help in all the other areas as well, not just one particular thing. So I think. According to me, we can eliminate the oxygen and dialysis option and we can discuss one among the AI driven and pediatric wing.
I think one of the point that I agree with you is that dialysis machine and power, the plant that we are going to set up, if we're going to set up, is definitely a niche project. But exactly that is where we need to capitalize it, because we are already in a tier two city, and most probably a lot of hospitals in our area would not have that much capacity. Because, and since we have a grant of 40 crore for each project, we do have sufficient amount of oil allocation, and since we're already struggling with the footfall in our hospital, adding on AI related stuff might make the a little less literate people hesitate into coming our city. Also, if we have plants which are already oxygen making plants in our own hospital, we might able to supply to other hospitals in the rural area or in tier 2 tier 3 cities as well. We need not be sending our own patients, our own customers to tier 1 city for the same process that we can do it in our own hospital.
I think
so
I
I would like
think
Guys,
so.
we are nearing the end time, so I think we should start with
I
concluding
think
statement.
I just like to add that maybe the AI is a more long-term
Okay,
solution.
for
So maybe yeah, just this.
Okay, I would like to add on another point. For the oxygen plant, like today, the environmental pollution is in a boom, that everyone is facing the environmental problem, and due to which many tuberculosis and the many respiratory problems are coming to play. And oxygen plant will help in getting more people better equipment, and that will increase our customer base as people will come to our clinic because of the oxygen plant. And dialysis is also common because of the impurities in the different uh, goods we consume. Every different person has a kidney stone and a stone in our liver, and I think it is one of the another reasons to choose the.
Okay, so everyone, I'd like to conclude our discussion here. So we had a problem in the struggling hospital, and we concluded on two statements. Uh, one of which is decided for everyone is upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. But the other one here, we were quite clashing here. Someone had different opinions there. So we had two options: AI-driven diagnostic tools and in-house oxygen plant and dialysis center. So we'll be choosing on one of this, but we cannot reach a clear conclusion here. So we did have one conclusion for here on upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. Yes.
I think since we have a little time left, uh, we can discuss a few points even after the conclusion.
Yeah, I think I
Anyone would
agree to
like to
the
add on something?
yeah, I agree to the point that AI driven is something which is long term, and dialysis and oxygen is an option which will like give the fruits in a shorter term.
Yeah, even I absolutely endorse that. Maybe we should focus more on the short term things which can be implemented. And I think that's what we were trying to achieve through the discussion.
And
I think
also the
Akash, you are
AI.
on mute. I see you are trying to say
Guys,
something.
stop, guys. Uh, I don't know
I
if
want
this
to
group
ask.
is going to get into SIBM Pune or not, right?
Uh,
Arjo, one of the biggest blunder
is
that
there?
you made here, right? By telling people that we need to conclude at 6 minutes. Already 4 minutes were remaining, right? First of all, you need
Okay,
to
I
take care
think
of the time. I told
I
upfrontly that,
started this off. It's too early.
yeah, I told you that, guys, the group discussion is going to happen for 10 minutes. What Arjun consume is that 2 minutes plus 8 minutes, right? This is what that you thought about it, and this is what comes to your mind, right? But just because of one or two blunder, the whole group is out of the race. So don't do these blunders, because groups are getting into SIPM Pune, not the individual ones. Out of 10 folks, only two people will get opportunity to get into Simbi. So keep that thing into mind. Again, what to say regarding conclusion? First of all, whenever you're concluding any point, I told you that if someone is concluding, suppose that you don't know how to put your point of view. There's only one guy who's gonna conclude it. Now that person has made the blunder, it means the already negative points on his head, right? Already the negative points have been given to that person. It means that your chances of you just have to keep quiet. You don't have to tell something. At the last of it, Akriti and Karthik came to discussion, guys, and Ayush also came and told that, hey guys, I think we have some time and we need to discuss. Why you haven't told the same thing to the person 2 to 3 minutes before that, right? You can tell upfrontly, hey, Arjo, let me complete my point. I won't take more than 30 seconds because I feel that we have 4 minutes to end the discussion, group exercise, and we can complete it in the last 20 minutes, last 2 minutes, I would say. Every person have to take care of your time. You guys are not taking care of any time, right? Uh, Now let's come back to the entries, right? I'll go one by one so that I'll get better understanding about how you have gone through it. Ayush started the group exercise decent enough. He greeted the panel, which was very important in any group exercise. He talked about the tier two hospitals. He mentioned about I think that we should look for only two options that are present there: AI driven and urban rural. Okay, you have chose it. What was the hypothesis behind it? Why you have chose AI driven rural, or
Because
why
of
you
the
have yeah,
yeah, because of like wide impact. Those two are something which is not very narrow as compared to pediatric and oxygen and dialysis.
perfect. So they are two. If you look at these two options, you have mentioned me the same thing, right? Now, if you are telling that these are the two options that I wanted to take, why I wanted to take, where was that why? I missed that why. You could have added one or two points, Ayush, into the group exercise. That yeah, I feel that AI driven is one of the thing because if I look at the situations there, AI plays a very important role when it comes to hospitals. It is definitely making an impact not only in healthcare sector, but there are some sectors where have seen significant improvement in terms of understand the efficiency, in terms of how AI can streamline the process. Then it took me almost 12 seconds. The second thing that you mentioned is rural outreach program, right? So in terms of upgrading the rural outreach program, what can I do? Like, just tell me what are the steps that I should take. So Ayush, I was happy in the last group exercise, but I was not happy with this group exercise. I know that the competitors were tough in the last group exercise compared to this. So that was one of the thing that has not pushed you to get something out of the box, right? So I'm not gonna give you the first brownie point, the 1 point which is given for the entry, right? You missed that point. Content was
Oh,
not there. If the content was there, it has not reached to me, right? and there's no hypothesis behind the content. Then Arjo came into the group exercise. He mentioned about we should think about AI is one of the way where we can upgrade the outreach. So again, Arjo, what I felt is you have not told me there was a gap of 6 seconds which I felt out during the group exercise that you are not able to fill up the gap. So Arjo, one advice is if you're taking the entry for 30 seconds, talk about the 30 seconds. If the intro is saying stop, then you can stop it out. But make sure that in the last 10 seconds, it has to be clear, concise. Whatever discussion that you had for first 20 seconds, that is fine. But last 10 seconds plays a maximum role. There are some folks who were discussing more than 30 seconds. Guys, already you are losing your point. For your clear, concise entry, you will be given the pointers, right? Then Piyush came into the group exercise. Piyush, you have a soft tone, that is fine, right? But I'll suggest you don't repeat the same things again and again, which was told by Ayush and Arjo. You mentioned about AI driven. You mentioned about, yes, I think one of the interesting point that came into the group exercise by Piyush is here he told that how AI is playing an important role in terms of automating tasks. That was one of the need of the hour. Piyush, are you there? Hello. Okay, no worries. He
Yes, I am
might
there. Maybe
be.
my net is lagging.
Okay.
Hello, I am there. Maybe my net is.
Okay, no
Hello?
worries. So yeah, you're absolutely audible, Piyush. No worries. I
Okay.
totally got you. So I'm going to give you one more point to you because of the first entry that you have taken. You mentioned about how AI plays a very important role, and in that they are automating the task, they are increasing the efficiency, they are reducing the cost, they are increasing the process excellence of operations, which was good, yeah. Which is this is what I wanted.
Good.
The clarity I saw in your first entry, it was needed for this group exercise, but I was not able to understand why in the main group exercise which started it out आप बात ही नहीं कर पाए
I
आप
did two entries.
या तूने नहीं सी एंट्री करना इज नॉट अ गेम यार
Okay.
एंट्री में दम होना इस दिस इज व्हाट आई वांटेड 10 लोगों में से 2 ही लोग सेलेक्ट होने वाले तो वो 2 लोग आपको होना है पीयूष राइट देन नेक्स्ट
Yes.
person was Pinaki. He came into the group exercise. For first 22 seconds, he was not able to mute yourself. So Pinaki, basic hygiene checks, work on internet. Don't go for SIBM Pune
Yes,
without internet. How right now again is still lagging it out, Pinaki. So please work on internet or go to your friend's home and take the interviews from his home.
yes, sir.
Then Akriti came into the next person and she mentioned about solutions, right? Directly that there are two new child wings that are present there. Then we should see Akriti, first of all, give the context. Na? Without context, if you are directly coming to the answer, if you look at the Karthik's entry and your entry, you will see the difference. Guys, in the first 5 seconds, he wrapped up the exercise. He told the people that, guys, if you look at the problem statement that is given there, we have given 4 statements, and from which we have to find out the solutions. But I feel that AI-driven diagnostic tools and upgrading rural outreach plays a very important role. If I talk about the first one, which is AI-driven diagnostic, then this, right? So don't come directly to solution. First of all, in the 30 second, 10 second has to be given by you to the panelists that, hi sir, this is the problem statement. Next 10 seconds is, sir, this is what I think about the problem statement. And next 10 seconds is, this is the outcome of that problem statement that you are going to give me. And this is what I think. This is what I came to my mind. Right? So break down it and then give up your answer. Then Ayush came into the group exercise. Ayush, I'm also going to give you one more point because you mentioned about how AI, which is used in diagnostic tools and rural outreach, right? Plays a very important role. Then you mentioned about the one point which was needed, and you have somehow tried to come up with the point which is in most of the diseases which are happening there. We can use it AI to find out that how and what kind of molecules which are present and how we can understand that this has happened, right? AI कैसे यूज होता है मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, because I was working with one of the number one company and in UK, right? So they were having one of the advisory for breast cancer, right? So for that cancer they have used AI. They have checked out that, in how many people who are present there who are having that cancer, how can we reduce that cancer first thing. So they have diagnosed the people out of 4.5 lakh people. They found out 2 lakh people, and they implemented different types of diagnostic tools. So look at it like, you can use any analytical tool, any AI tool, to reduce the cost and smooth as well as streamline the process which are present there. So that is the beauty of AI, guys. Aditi came into the group exercise. She mentioned about 80 crore, and she mentioned about, we need to look for outreaching the like rural immersion, right? So Aditi, what I felt is one point that came from your side is we need to build more clinics. That was amazing, right? Which was needed for this group exercise. Then you mentioned about some AI tools that are present there. So I'm also going to give you one brownie point. So three brownie points are given to three folks: Piyush, then Ayush, and the superstar, Aditi. Then Karthik came into the discussion. Karthik, you're amazing. But what I felt out is, uh, you have beat around the bush. You have given the problem statement. As I would say that example and the way you represented the problem statement was in a different direction. आपने new point कुछ नहीं add किया. Hey guys, this is the problem statement that came into the picture, but you repeated the point. I want a different perspective. I want your view regarding that problem statement. And if this eight of the folks told that we are gonna go follow this, so you have to understand that, okay, if I'm going to tell you that we need to choose uh, in-house oxygen bulbs, right? And one of the point that you mentioned that rural outreach and mobile clinics. 15 सेकंड में it has to be end up. एंड दिस नेक्स्ट वाले जो 15 सेकंड है उसमें बताना चाहिए था आपको कि इफ आई एम चूजिंग इन हाउस ऑक्सीजन प्लांट एंड डायलिसिस सेंटर, व्हाई आई एम गोइंग टू चूज इट, हाउ इट इज गोना हेल्प द पीपल.
Hmm.
Second thing is upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. You have to give an example that, sir, let's say I'll take you one of the example in Punjab and Haryana as well as Delhi. The most of the elections are learnt on and won just because of these mobile clinics and rural outreach programs which have been conducted in different parts of the states. आप ये डिस्कशन में पॉइंट ही नहीं लाया यार. No, see, I am discarding the whole group is no data, fact, figure, numbers. You are just telling the same points again and again, repeating the same uh, content with beating around bush with different verbos. What about the new pointers here? The lack of content, lack of pointers literally ruin the group exercise. Now group exercise started, right? So the first guy who went for the group exercise before Karthik was Ayush. So I shall tell you one thing. Since you are mentioning that these are my two output or two verticals which I'm going to pick it out, तो आपको conclude नहीं करना है. First of all, explain this. And the same advice I wanted to give to Piyush. He mentioned about AI, responsible AI or something kind of AI. Brother, I worked on responsible AI. First of all, tell these people out of that, the people who are present there, can you ask the same AI to these people? Okay, Piyush, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
You mentioned about one AI, right?
I mentioned about the accountability of the AI, whether it is accountable in the critical
No, no, that
section.
was one next hypothesis. I was coming on it. Before that, you mentioned about one of the important artificial intelligence, LLM, large
Large
language model.
language.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the name of that large language model?
Actually, I told them about that in the current phase, we are in a narrow AI models. Uh,
Narrow AI models. Can you explain all these folks that what is this narrow AI model
so
and how it works
actually,
and how it is helping to this problem statement?
Actually, the narrow AI model is right now the AI is in the market is the narrow AI model in which only a specific one task has been done at a time, and it is not very feasible, and it does not execute on its own and do not plan on its own, but it just gives us a automated and a repetitive task.
Okay. So out of the seven folks which are present there, no one knows about it. You could have explained the same thing,
Yes.
right? That was missing. Like, let's say I'll tell you, if I was in place of you, how my answer would have been, then we'll focus on personalized feedback, right? If I look at the, let me come up with the problem statement so that you will also understand. सर होते तो उनका इंटरप्रिटेशन कैसे होता, right? So clearly they have given that you are board of directors who are struggling for a hospital in tier 2 city. Hospital serves for middle class as well as the people who are from rural background. You got the grant and you must choose at least one of the two of the four projects. So if I was in place of you, I would have chose upgrading rural outreach and mobile clinics. That is the first option. Second is in-house oxygen plant and dialysis center. Because rural area में AI पहुंचना बहुत मुश्किल है. If there's a issue that happens when it comes to artificial intelligence, it takes the cost of operation is very high, right? And it can affect your health also. So why I'm choosing the uh, you know these two options, I'll let you know, right? If you look at the tier 2 hospital who's having a rural background, rural, which is situated at rural background, right? First of all, they have to solve the basic life needs, right? Basic life needs solve हो जाएगी, then I'll focus on mobile clinics. Mobile clinic के through I can go through the preventive care, basic diagnosis, early diagnosis that happens in life. Then we have to take so many follow-ups that if the person is doing, is it healthy or not, so that if they got to know about, okay, this is kind of a big issue, then they'll go to the city life hospitals. But they got to know that, okay, this is fine, they can manage their things very well. So it reduces their latter stage hospitalization that they are going to do. If I was in place of you, I would have discussed this point. Second thing is in-house oxygen plant and dialysis center, right? So if I'm having my oxygen center in my home, it is very easy for me because most number of mortality that happens in India is just because of oxygen. The person has to taken care it of from home to the village to the hospitals. It takes a lot of time, but I'm getting all the service at my home. And if the frequency of that services has increased a lot, it will help the people. Second thing is, let's say आप सोचो that one of your closest family friend, right, face that issue. Do you know you have to pay hefty amount of money to the hospital? Per day charge of paid is 4,000 rupees. Post that the hospitalization, and post that the people has to be there to take care of it. Hospital charge is very high, man. But if I'm putting this in my home, it is definitely reducing the cost. It is cutting down the cost. It is helping me out that it is available to me for 24 into 7. And if there's a disease like COVID or Corona happens, it's a best tool for me to survival. I would have discussed this point. Third thing is, whenever you are giving any business solution, always think about numbers. Always think about the finance, right? If if you know that someone is going to do a dialysis, right? The recurring cost of dialysis is very high. So people can't afford it. But if these things are occurring, if these things are present there itself, right? So you don't have to go to main hospitals where the charge is, the pay is very high, right? Then next thing is, again, when you are starting any business, always think about societal, logical, or ecological impact. Recently, RA in Mumbai, this RA part, they planned out to cut down to the RA forest, and people opposed them. In Rajasthan also, there was one moment happened where they thought that the patta of Rajasthan, where the Adanis and Ambanis are taking over on it, and people oppose the locality of it. They told that, hey, don't cut out our trees. So always think about ethics whenever you're doing any business. छोटा सा भी बिजनेस कर रहे हो, बड़ा सा भी कर रहे हो, एथिक्स के बारे में सोचना है. तो आई कुड हैव टोल्ड टू द पीपल दैट गाइस, we need to focus to the rural healthcare. We need to support the affordable healthcare in India so that we can get such kind of grants again and again, right? And if I'm opposing the other two options, which is AI diagnostics, I'll definitely tell to the panelists that, sir, I feel that in this world of AI and data, they have a high potential. But if you're coming with any LLM based tool, it requires large data. It requires some kind of staffing so that if the data is fed in it, let's say you guys would be using ChatGPT, large amount of data is stored in it. It requires $1 billion to store that data. So you have to tell to the interview that or panelists that, sir, this is not a viable option as of now. Maybe in the upcoming phases, phase 3, 4, we can do it. For this problem, we can't do it. Or this time. Second thing is a new pediatric wing. So it is important, but it is very narrow option. It is really, it will cater to very uh, short segment which are looking for oxygen dialysis or which are mainly from rural background. So this is what I will and I should have discussed during the group exercise. Understood, guys? How I break down the problem? Yes, I should go for it.
Sir, would it be a good option to go by the elimination method which one of my colleagues mentioned?
That is one of the best approach, but whenever you are mentioning or whenever you are planned out to eliminate, you have to build the hypothesis that, hey, we are going to remove this pediatric wing, and my way of thinking is this. आप जब तक बोलोगे नहीं ना, तब तक पॉसिबल नहीं है, right? You have to explain it out to the people, guys. Hey, this is what comes to my mind and what do you think about it? तब जाके आप eliminate करो. And I realized that while having the group exercise, no one was talking on one point and no one was telling that, hey, I think we should put our point of view in terms of eliminating this or that. Discussion तो करो ना. Why people stopped at 5 minutes, or why the person has to come into group exercise and tell you that, hey guys, I feel that we are going to conclude it, right? Content ही नहीं था ना भाई आपके पास. If the content is not there, content is king, right? If you go into corporate, if you get into B schools, if you have content, people will follow you. If you don't have content, there's no space for you, right? Okay, now मैंने बता दिया कि if I was in place of you, how I would have discussed it. Let's come back to the individual feedback of it, right? Karthik. Karthik started the third entry which was taken by Karthik. Amazing point. You told that, guys, I think we need to eliminate the options, right? But then you mentioned about if we are going to eliminate these options, what are the viable options that are present there? One of the pointer is upgrading the services, right? In-house services. And then you mentioned your hypothesis that we are struggling day by day operations. We are not reached to the tier 3 colleges, tier 3 villages, and we should upgrade it. Karthik, amazing entry, right? There are 2 to 3 folks who were able to discuss it into that 10 minutes. You were one of the guy. Piyush was one of the guy. Akriti came into the group exercise, but it was not that much convincing to me. Akriti, you were decent enough, I would say, but it has to be some explanatory. It has to be comprehensive, right? आप एक entry pass 10 सेकंड की मार के जा रहे हो, and then you are telling, oh, this is the best option. Okay, why this is best option? I saw you in 2 times. I wanted to tell you the statement that you mentioned. So Karthik, I'm definitely gonna give you one more point, brownie point, I would say, because you mentioned that we don't have proper diagnostic tools. So we have to eliminate the option, right? Then Akriti came into the group exercise. She mentioned that I agree to Karthik's point. This is your first entry that you are going to make in this 10 minutes. You don't have to agree. Adding to my panelist view, I should I think that we should open to kids. So it shows that you are a follower, you are not a leader. Right? Work on it. Make sure that put your point of view, then listen to other people. Then in a professional sense, ki I agreeing to no, why you are putting Karthik's name? Why you want to, to give the points to the Karthik? It should not happen. Uh Arjo came into the group exercise at after the Akriti, and he mentioned that this is a good option because this is catering to the whole family. Then he mentioned about diagnostic AI-driven diagnostics, and young people should think about it, right? So I feel that Arjo, you are very short into that entry. If you are planned to come up with that AI-driven diagnostic, why? I was not able to understand, right? Next is Ayush came into the group exercise. He agreed to the point of view of Arjo, right? And then he mentioned about current diseases that are present there. There are so many patients, I would say large number of patients, and we need to go to pediatrics, right? Uh, this is the point where lot of amazing pointers started coming into the group exercise, but no one was able to pick it up, right? If you really wanted to become a good leader, listen to the people very well, and then try to pick out the points from them, and then implement a correlate. Piyush came into the group exercise. He mentioned about healthcare. Who will be the responsible? Amazing point. Piyush, I really wanted to give you one point because you asked the question to the group. If you are giving some different vertices, it will definitely give you leverage, Piyush, right? Then you mentioned about AI-driven diagnostics. Also, I think about it. That was good, yeah, Piyush. I really appreciate your point of view, right? That was needed for group exercise. But
And
one thing that I missed here is you could have taken one more entry, Piyush.
actually, I was just going to ask you a question. After my first entry, maybe after one another entry, there was a silence for 3 to 4 seconds, and I
Yeah,
started with so, and only one entry has been passed before my entry. So I stopped. I have a different opinion that we are telling about mobile outreach and people outreach in the rural area. But it is just because of the people are not aware or outreach problem or our
yeah.
infrastructure or
Piyush,
something.
I totally understood your point of view, but I have a different to say, right? What I realized, Piyush, is there are 12 to 13 folks. Here, 8 to 9 folks are there. You have seen last group exercise that we have conducted, people were not getting the time. This is the same kind of thing that will happen when it comes to Simbi, right? So, if you are not able to make 3 entries in this 9 people, can you tell me, are you going to make up 3 entries into the final group exercise? People will cut you, yaar. See, don't think this is the only competition. And
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
only conducting group exercise for Hemant. I'm conducting for other institutes also. I see the
yes.
competition there. You really need to buckle it up, guys. I have seen, there's a girl called Ria. She got HRM called XRI. She got SIBM Pune. If I would have allowed her to into this group exercise, she would have killed that group exercise. Amazing knowledge, amazing talent. The way she articulates, आप कर पा रहे हो यार, but that hungerness is missing during the group exercise.
एक्चुअली या माय पॉइंट इज दैट एक एंट्री हुई थी उस मेरे के बाद और उसमें मेरे को एक और चांस मिल गया था बट मैंने ना सो कह के छोड़ दिया उसके बाद भी सेकंड से क्योंकि आई थॉट
छोड़
कि मैं फिर
यही तो नहीं छोड़ना है ना पीयूष भाई।
नहीं आई वाज जस्ट आस्किंग कि मैं एक एंट्री के बाद फिर से एंट्री ले रहा हूँ ये मेरा बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिव नहीं रहेगा मैं औरों को
नहीं,
नहीं बोलूँ
मैं तुमको बताता हूँ। सबने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दे दिया, उसके बाद आपने एक एंट्री मारी, 2 एंट्रीज हो गई थी। ये कब तक हुई थी? 5वें मिनट तक। ठीक है, 5 नहीं,
यस
4.5 मिनट्स। आफ्टर दैट यू वुड बी हैविंग 5.5 मिनट्स। You could have told, you could have entered into group exercise. There was 1.5 minute silence.
यस
What was the content? Where was the content of that 1.5 minute silence? Arjo just ended the group exercise at 8 minutes and 28 seconds.
यस
It means that there was a lack of content, lack of understanding regarding the topic, and people were not able to understand the industry very well. Group exercise gonna be conducted on domains, not on problem statements. So Piyush, what I'll
Mhm.
suggest you is try to take more interest, man. Be more
Mhm.
louder, be
Mhm.
more crisp. Post that, come up with different types of examples. Try to add data, fact, figure, number, stats while giving the G, and add some references from outside and connect that references to the group exercise, right?
Mhm.
So again, one basic advice is if someone is not aware of the topic, let's say if the topic is artificial intelligence boon or bane, आप start कर रहे हो कि artificial is one of the example of artificial intelligence is Gen AI. I feel that Gen AI matches when it comes to platform engineering. Platform engineering is one of the biggest aspect. ऐसे नहीं चलता भाई. You have to tell to the picture people that artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science which deals with learning from data, learning from curated data, where in the machine the data has been put it out, it find out the pattern from the data and gives you a point of view. The way you think, it makes out the answers from that things. ऐसे बात करते हो तो तब शो होता है कि ओके दिस पर्सन हैज द क्लियरिटी. आप हवा में बातें कर रहे हो रिस्पॉन्सिबल एआई जेन एआई. सी आई एम अ टेक गाय. आई if I would have entered into the group exercise now, I would have cross questioned you. But
Mhm.
no one else. No, Karthik, I'll tell you one advice, brother. You are amazing, right? What I'll suggest you is you have that capability to lead the group exercise, but you are not acting as a facilitator. Try to act a facilitator. What Arjo does from the first to see, sometimes Arjo goes negative, sometimes he shows leadership, and sometimes it helps him out. You have also that capability, but it is not coming to me. Neither you are starting the group exercise, nor you are concluding it, nor you are acting as a facilitator. कार्तिक, अच्छे कम्युनिकेशन का फायदा क्या है अगर आप एंट्रीज नहीं ले पा रहे हो, और ले पा रहे हो तो यू आर नॉट एबल टू कन्विंस टू द पीपल, यू आर नॉट एबल टू पुट अप योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. So what I want from the next group exercise is at least you should start the group exercise or you should conclude it. You should
Okay.
have, see, problem with communication articulation is not there from your side. Problem is that you are not aware when to take entry, and if you plan to take up the entry, I'm quite sure that you can elaborate and elongate the topic for 2 minutes. Out of that 6 minutes of group exercise, I know that 2 minutes are eaten by you itself. And out of the seven folks who are present there, they have spoke for only 4 minutes. So Karthik, what I'll suggest is be more vocal, be more verbose. You have
Okay.
that tone, voice modulation. Use that voice modulation. अगर विराट कोहली खेलता है, we also know that बैटिंग करने में तो यशस्वी जायसवाल भी अच्छा है, राइट? बट हर मैच नहीं खिलाते ना उसको, विराट कोहली को हर मैच खिलाते हैं ना, बिकॉज रिलायबिलिटी होती है. वो रिलायबिलिटी
Hmm.
दिखानी चाहिए कार्तिक, राइट?
Yes,
So
I'll
I'm
take
not
that into
happy
account.
with the, oh, see, I really wanted to tell you, Karthik, after this 2 3 group exercise, I'm not happy with you, right? I really want you to buckle it up. क्योंकि अभी कितने ही करोगे, 2 3 दिन में आपकी ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज आ रही है, एंड स्टिल यू आर थिंकिंग दैट I'll do it or I'll improve. ये नहीं चलेगा ना कार्तिक. If you're
Hmm.
really serious, if you really want it, and if you are passionate about things ना, करते हो भाई, करना पड़ेगा. And I really want you to push. अगर यहाँ से नेक्स्ट ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज में मुझे दिखा कि यू आर जस्ट कमिंग हियर, just trying to participate, then sorry man, like you need to buckle it up, right? Next group exercise
Sure.
में confidence होना चाहिए, that clarity होना चाहिए. I want you to dominate. Try to dominate on group exercise, right? Not in a way that how people dominate, but in a professional way, that hey guys, people should listen to me. See, if I'm getting into office, it's not that I'm a senior or I'm earning that much, that's why people are listening to me. It's just that the way you convince to the people, that also matters. Learn the art of convincing. That will lead you places. That's why the sales guys paid more than tech guys, because they convince to the customer and client, right? Okay. Then
Okay.
Arjo came into the discussion. Ayush came into discussion. He mentioned about uh, a one point which was critical to group exercise when it comes to opposing, right? That came from Ayush. Amazing man. Like, but it could have been comprehensive. Ayush, can you explain the point that you mentioned that guys, these are the options which are present there, but I'm opposing it, and I feel that AI diagnostics plays a very important role. Can you tell me like what was your say regarding that point? Uh, Ayush Raj?
Yes, yes, yeah,
Yes.
Akash. So do you mean the point regarding accountability and the price factor,
No, you mentioned,
which I
see,
said?
Arjo into the discussion mentioned that, guys, these are the 4 points that we should come up with, right? And he also mentioned that we should eliminate the options which are present there, right? And then you came into the discussion, you opposed him, right? Yeah,
No,
the
I don't
point is
think I
that
opposed Arjav. I just
no,
said that
no, you
we all
oppose the,
agreed on one of the point.
yeah, you
But
you're
I
not
opposed the
oppose
point
the
for
person.
I opposed the point of dialysis.
Okay, so
Like I had said that we can agree on one, but we should discuss regarding the rest of the three.
okay, that is fine. But if you're opposing it, that was brilliant, right? But it could have been little bit comprehensive, man. That hey, Arjo, I feel that I have a strong stay, or this point that you are saying, it is getting tangential to the group exercise. Let me converge this and let me eliminate one of the pointer from this group exercise. ऐसे बात करनी है कि okay, I really appreciate you, man. Your point is good, but I feel that my say is far better than you, right?
Okay.
You are not able to build on that opposition pointer. Again, someone came with the same pointer that hey, AI diagnostic अगर आप eliminate कर पा रहे हो तो लोग बात ही नहीं करना चाहिए ना regarding that point. Why the people are coming again and again and they are discussing about diagnostic tools? It means that your pitch was not convincing.
Okay.
You could have tell people that okay, apart from my panelists, anyone wants to say something on this topic, let me eliminate the point as of now so that we can take out the three options that are present there and we can discuss more about it. That leadership, that enthusiasm was not visible to me, Karthik, Ayush, right? Okay. Then Karthik came with the same repetitive point that we are living in tier two city, we don't have capacity, and one point that he missed, right? The way I removed the topic, numbers changed. Number was 80 crore. He mentioned 40 crore. At least just for the sake of panelist, number to change mat karo, Karthik, right?
नहीं
So he
40
mentioned
करोड़
about.
each ऐसा कह रहा था मैं.
अच्छा
I
अच्छा okay,
was
अच्छा.
trying to like defend the point of dialysis machine. So I wanted to say कि we want to capitalize on that part कि it's a very niche segment, and since we are living in a tier two city, so we should try to mostly include that.
Yeah. Now the way you explain to me why you are not able to explain the same to the thing to the panelist, you have taken already 30 seconds of it. You have mentioned that we are struggling with football. How we are struggling? How? See, basic principle that you can use is 5 why principle. How, when, what, whom. That you can use special framework that haven't came into the picture. Past framework, problem, approach, statement, output. Again, guys, just buckle it up यार. Frameworks तो थोड़ा use करो. SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, threat, opportunities. Strengths क्या है? Like if you do it from rural part of India, if someone knows that strength, the two options are really limited यार. AI rural India में पहुंच ही नहीं सकता at this point. If you ever gone to the rural parts of India, people don't have mobile phones. Do you think that AI will reach to them? It will happen. I'm not denying that, but this is not a viable solution up to 2 to 3 years down the line. स्ट्रेंथ तो मिस ही हो गई ना. वीकनेसेस क्या थी आउट ऑफ दैट स्वॉट एनालिसिस? स्ट्रेंथ, वीकनेसेस, थ्रेड, अपॉर्चुनिटीज. थ्रेड तो पॉइंट नंबर 2 था, विच इज दैट पॉइंट आई मिस्ड आउट. जस्ट अ सेकेंड. लेट मी.
Pediatric में.
हाँ, pediatric, which was a thread. Thread means that was a vague point. It was we only catering to some set of people,
Hmm.
right? So बेसिक अगर इतना भी समझ में आता आपको एक फ्रेमवर्क कैसे यूज करना है, सो आई गिव यू वन एक्सरसाइज टू यू गाइस. एप्पल, नेस्ले, then Redmi, and the fourth one is Xiaomi. Apple, Nestle, Redmi, Xiaomi. Do the SWOT analysis of these companies. And you have to do one thing, GPT use नहीं करना है. Whatever things that are coming to your mind, you have to mention it out and type it करके group पे डालना है. I really want you to do that before the next group exercise. Tell, do the SWOT analysis. If you don't know the framework, Google it. But the answer Google नहीं करने आपको. Post that, you know, Akriti came into the discussion. She mentioned about AI is a long-term solution. Okay, I know that it is a long-term solution. How it is a long-term solution? Do you know for how many seconds you have made up this entry? 6 seconds.
Yes, sir. I think I did a mistake there because as soon as I heard Arjav saying that it is time to conclude, I gave into that pressure and I shouldn't have, and I should have tracked the time. So, yeah, that was a blunder on my part, I
Okay, let
believe.
me let me give you one more shot, right? The same situation is right now again happening there, right? And you're going to have 4 minutes are remaining. Let's come up with the same points and what kind of hypothesis that you can build in out in that point. Okay, yeah, go for it. AI is a
Yeah.
long-term solution.
Yeah, I believe that AI is a long-term solution and not a very immediate solution, according to me, because first we need to cater to the struggling situation of the hospital. So the short things which would help us, of course, we have to increase the outreach. That is, on that point, everybody has a consensus. My point was that further we should think about maybe expanding it to children. So there was where I was not able to have the consensus, but I believe now having listened to everyone, I think we could go with the in-house oxygen plants as well because that would cater to the much graver situation that the rural and urban middle class people face. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Total entry went for almost 1 minute. But that, see, this is how you can build your, impromptu thinking. What happens in Simbi? But I'll give you some corporate talks, right? There will be 180 folks who are gonna come into SIBM Pune. From the day one itself, the corporates started reaching out because they know that who are the smartest ones. किसी को भी उठा के they'll tell you that hey, this is the pitch, speak it out. 4-5 बंदों का ही तगड़ा प्लेसमेंट हो जाता है before the summer internship. Godrej will come to the campus. I'll tell you some tips, right? Godrej will come to the campus and then they will take only 4 people. 1.5 महीने के अंदर ही हो जाएगा. जुलाई के अंदर आप जाओगे, सितंबर में SIBM पुणे, Godrej will visit all the campuses. Package is one of the best package you can dream it of. But they knows that who is the person who has that amazing critical thinking. See, competition तो आप compete ही नहीं कर सकते. The smartest brains of the country coming there. If you look at the number of test takers this year and the number of calls that they are given, 5,000 calls to go to SIBM पुणे, 7,500 calls हो गई. तो आप समझ लो कि 10 में से एक लोग जा रहा था तो अभी 15 में से 2 लोग जा रहे. Think about it, guys, right? It is your chance. It is your fight. I'm just here to push you. Piyush came into the group exercise. Then he mentioned about environmental problems, respiratory diseases, oxygen is one of the issue. Piyush, that's why I was giving pointers to you because I realized that the external pointers that were coming from you, where no one was discussing, that was needed for it, but you were not able to build on it. That is the only mistake that you did. Before Piyush, I would like to tell Akriti that some 4 to 5 improvements that you should do. First entry has to be there because of your communication. Second thing is don't put your opinion at any point. Think it like okay, uh, nowadays when it comes to Iran or let's say uh, India and Europe treaty happened. I feel that this treaty is going to help to the people because BMW cars are going to reduce from 1 crore to 4 to no. The treaty has played a very important role when it comes to global geopolitics because it has reduced the cost of operation, reduced the cost of cars from 1 crore rupees to 40 lakh rupees, and eventually the pharmaceuticals as well as other products which are present there will help us out. See, there are two ways I'm speaking it out. आप जो बात करते हो ना आपका व्यू देते हो. आपका व्यू इंटरव्यू में देना होता है. आपका व्यू ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज में नहीं देना होता है. ग्रुप का व्यू देना होता है. Second, third thing is take time, pauses, build that structure, then come up with the answer. Fourth pointer, understand the group dynamics. It's just that someone is taking two entries, it doesn't mean that you should take the entries. During my time, there was one guy who made only one entry at 90 minutes, and he literally cracked it. But the way he discussed that 1.5 minute entry, amazing. So what you can do is, don't just take up entry. And see, listen करो यार अच्छे से सुनो कि this person is talking about oxygen, someone is talking about sustainability, someone's talking about is it a long solution or short term solution, someone is talking about diseases. What do you think about the diseases? Are we going to find out the diseases where we can implement AI, right? So some critical thinking has to be built in out from your side, Akriti. Next guy was Piyush. Piyush, yaar, three exercise that has happened. You are very your tone when it comes to speaking, right, is little bit soft spoken. तो आपको थोड़ा hard spoken बोलना पड़ेगा. Piyush, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Again the same tone, sir. I do that. See, ऐसे टोन के साथ तो भाई आप SIBM पुणे के आप शिवम नाशिक भी नहीं जा पाओगे. Right? I'm not demeaning you. It's just that tone modulation पे थोड़ा काम करना पड़ेगा, पीयूष. Right? आप थोड़ा पिच लाओ यार. जब आप एंट्री करते हो ना, इट फील्स लाइक एंट्री कर रहा है, बट उतना हार्ड नहीं फील हो रहा है, राइट? आई रियली वांट यू टू express your point of view in a way where people should listen to you or people should build the points on you. But the three discussion that has happened, it felt like me that you are putting your point of view, you are giving some examples, references because you wanted to and you have to participate in the group exercise. There's a difference between cracking the group exercise as compared to taking up the entries. एक्सटर्नल रेफरेंसेस ऐड करती हो तो ऐसे बात करो कि हे आई एम हैविंग थ्री पॉइंटर्स टू से पॉइंट ए दिस पॉइंट बी पॉइंट सी आई हैव अ न्यू पॉइंट. नो यार पीयूष, आपको थोड़ा. और गाइस जस्ट गिव मी एक वन इशू दैट आई फेस दिस. यू आर नॉट एबल टू मेक अप द एंट्रीज. व्हाट यू कैन do during this exercises, guys, can you give me 10 seconds? I need to complete my point. It shows that you are urgency. It shows that this guy is going to take 10 seconds. It shows that this guy is going to complete. And then play smartly, elongate that entry to 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And if you feel that someone is amazing in that group exercise, pass that baton to that person. Or to you, as if someone is like, you feel that, okay, this person is good, he's a leader, I can follow him, and we both can get into SIBM Pune. This is what I did during my time because I know that there was one guy who was much smarter than me during past 4 years back. So I showed that Banton over to my panelist. Then he gave some perspective on it, and I told them, okay, this is this, and I asked him one question to him. So try to ask questions to the people. Hey, what do you think about option number two? Is it a viable option or not? I don't think so. अगर आप क्वेश्चन करोगे पीयूष, it feels that you are bringing something different. Learn
Okay.
the art of how to questioning into the group
Yes.
exercise. Okay. Then Aditi. Hi Aditi. Was this your first group exercise?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Aditi, yeah, I know that this was your first group exercise. What I felt out is vocabulary was missing. Basic thing that one should learn in their corporate career or in their MBA career is have a strong hold on communication. Learn the art of having a optimistic communication as well as pessimistic communication. उसमें भी Aditi, whenever you are putting your point of view, right? If you are fumbling, there are fillers. I noticed on that fillers within that first entry. I was like, okay, कभी कभी होता है, मैं भी fumble करता हूँ, right? It doesn't mean that you should fumble each and every time. Everyone fumbles, but what I felt out is uh, lack of clarity. The way you made up the entries, you're not able to justify your entries. You're not able to take up your own point of view. That guys, these are the two options. I fill out it, right? So what I'll suggest is Aditi, listen more. If you have the pointers, try to build on it. You mentioned one amazing point of that, guys. We need to build more clinics. How we are going to build more clinics? What are the steps we are going to take it out? It was missing, right? What you felt out that looking at the group exercise, the feedback I went for almost 80 minutes, right? What you're gonna improve? Tell me. I'll definitely tell you that what you should improve, but every person knows about themselves. So I want your perspective.
Maybe I should try to speak more confidently and
Mhm.
also make me stand out in the discussion.
How you are going to stand out in the group exercise?
Uh, uh, to bring out more points.
Okay. Okay, Ayush, no worries. So if you're coming with more points, what I felt as is you need to build confidence in within yourself first of all, right?
Mm.
Confidence कैसे आता है कि do some topics, take some topics and do impromptu thinking on the topic. Then you'll be able to understand the topic and then you'll be able to build on it. Second thing is, uh, try to add perspectives, maybe positive perspective, negative perspective, or oppose someone or to the discussion. That was not happening from your side. Third thing is situational dynamics are not there in your brain. I just saw you for the 10 minutes. That's why I'm saying might be wrong because uh, doesn't know like someday you will bloom out, someday uh, it's not your day, right? तो ये होता है. During my XLRI interviews, that was not my day. I literally cried during once I get out of the classroom. I prepared so hard for it. Almost 10, 11 mock interviews देके गया था. But that was not my day. I was not able to crack, right? उसके लिए कुछ नहीं कर सकते आदिति. But what you can do best is practice. What I'll suggest is go to YouTube. There are some SSB images. Take out the screenshot of the images. And whenever you're taking out the screenshot, don't look at the screenshot. Windows print screen दबाना है, screenshot लेके रखना है, सुबह उठना है और चार्ज take out शीशा or something phone on that topic speak for 3 minutes. 4 topics ले लो, 12 minutes speaking करनी है and listen to it. And then go to chat GPT or Google and search about the topics. So what will happen is you'll understand where your communication is lagging. You'll understand if the impromptu is stopping, am I lagging in one topic or every topic? Third thing is, am I really lagging in GK? And fourth thing is, you'll be able to judge yourself better. Sorted? Yeah. Pinaki, hygiene checks, man. Like, less entries. Again, first of all, unmute yourself. During your first entry itself, you're not audible, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Pinaki,
internet.
okay. From where have you joined to this group exercise?
No, sir. This is my first time.
Hostel.
No, sir. This is my home, but this is मतलब ये जो group exercise this was my first time.
Okay, this was your first exercise. Pinaki, bring more clarity into the answers. You were a little bit apprehensive towards things. Apprehensive means मुझे जो फील हो रहा था ना, you were just saving yourself कि मैं कम बोलूं और उससे मेरे का इम्पैक्ट गिर जाएगा. It is not gonna happen, right? The way you made up the entries, the way you had a situation understanding, you are not aware of what is happening there in the group exercise. Can I ask you again that can you come up with 2 to 3 pointers that we discussed in the group exercise?
Yeah, I can definitely.
Okay, perfect. थोड़ा situational understanding अच्छी करो, take more entries. I have very short feedback for you because I noted down each and everyone's feedback for uh, in set of Excel. But what I felt is you need to little bit buckle it up. कम्युनिकेशन पे थोड़ा काम करो, आर्टिकुलेशन बेटर बनाओ, वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन जो है ना आपका थोड़ा सॉफ्ट पिच है. तो क्या होता है कि whenever you are speaking it out, ड्यू टू सी पीयूष का भी है, आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग दैट, बट पीयूष वो उठा नहीं पाता है. यू कैन डेफिनेटली इंक्रीज दैट वॉइस. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज ऐड डेटा फैक्ट फिगर नंबर्स. फ्रेमवर्क्स यूज करना चालू कर दो. दैट्स हाउ यू कैन विन द ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज. Okay, yeah. Last guy, Karthik. Karthik, one advice from my side is
Yes.
Arjo, I gave feedback. Arjo, okay, everyone got their feedback. Be more expressive, Karthik. The knowledge and the expertise that you bring to the group exercise is amazing. But the way you portray yourself is not worthwhile. If the leader is showing not showing his leadership skills, what's the motto of that leader? आपको if they are sending you out to sabha to talk to people, to respond to the people, or to preach in front of the people, और आप ऐसे background में रह के you are pushing someone to speak so that आप background से operation कर पाते हो, ऐसे नहीं चलता भाई कार्तिक. अगर चांस मिला है ना, use it properly. And
Hmm.
entries के बारे में what I'll suggest you is take more entries. In the group exercise that I have seen you, you're not able to take more than two entries, Karthik. Either you should end the group exercise. This is what I feel, because if you have that situational handling, if you
Hmm.
know the topic very well, you can manage it, right? So work on
I
it.
was I was
Mhm.
going to end, but then sudden
Yeah,
abruption happened, and then I again thought ki if like Arjav has already done that,
that
and there
person
was a
told two
1 minute,
times, Karthik.
then there was 1 minute gap. So I thought ki maybe I'll end after that
No,
again, but
नहीं
then
होता है कंक्लूजन.
hmm.
एक ही बंदा कर सकता है, उसके साथ no one is gonna allowed to do the conclusion,
But
right?
what if something like this again happens in a real GD?
So he told two times, na, guys, we need to conclude, and guys, let me conclude. So you can oppose him. Hey, we have 4 minutes, and I really wanted to come up with an interesting point to this group exercise. Then come up with your point, which can lead you and which can give you a diverse perspective to the group exercise,
Hmm.
right? आप वो सिचुएशन हैंडलिंग उसके उसमें गैप था. देयर वर सो मेनी फेलियर्स यार. 6 seconds का गैप, 10 seconds का गैप, and you guys were, see, that's why I'm discarding to the whole group, right? Because as a group, you are not able to come up with amazing pointers which were needed for this group discussion or group exercise.
Hmm.
Debate तो था ही नहीं, so that I'll omit it. But work on the things which I told. Read more about the things. Three different group exercise I conducted, three different domains. We'll conduct two more group exercises soon. I need amazing participation. Karthik, try to bring out 12 to 13 folks, because I also should feel that there's a competition. In eight folks, if you're that Piyush won't make more than one entry into the main group exercise. I've seen it. He was able to make two entries, and still he's not able to come up with one of the best approach or one of the best answer.
Hmm.
तो वो जब SIBM पुणे में जाएगा तो I don't know how he gonna survive it. I really wanted to push you guys, right? मुझे तुम्हें Akriti, I saw her first time. I have not seen her twice or thrice. So I need to check her, like how she responds, how she uh, presents her very well when it comes to different domains and different situations. Aditi, she was having her first group exercise, so I don't blame her, because first exercise is like practice ही चल रही है उसके लिए. Though it should not be practiced, because within 4 to 6 days, Simbi SIBM Pune is going to kick it out. तो थोड़ा अप्रिहेंसिव बनना पड़ेगा गाइस. थोड़ा रीडिंग करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा टॉपिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग समझनी पड़ेगी, राइट? मिंट बिजनेस स्टैंडर्ड, then go to CNBC TV first post, note down 4 channels. Mint business standards first, post that. I also my YouTube channel, right? I have posted 13 to 14 group exercises. Please watch it guys, yaar, they are very relevant. The most number of views that has gone to any uh, video is group exercises, right? So you'll definitely pick it out ki yaar, acha, something interesting is going there, right? You can check it out there. You'll see how people are fighting, how different topics and domains we are covered it up. आप वो 8-9 ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज भी देखोगे ना, you will learn so many things. अगर प्रैक्टिस का टाइम नहीं है आपके पास, what you can do is you can learn from someone's understanding, someone's perspective, right? Yeah, that's it from my side, guys. Let us know that how this group exercise went off. Like, was this worthwhile? Yeah, Piyush, go for it.
I would like to add on that For the next group exercise, can we replicate the interview transcript exercise that is going to be happen? Like there are some transcript on the Reddits that people have shown what are
Do you
their
know the
G.
second problem statement that came, mm, right? And the first problem statement that were totally transcript problems. I molded it. Today's problem statement was last year transcript. The next group exercise, I'll definitely conduct it. It's not that I'm not gonna conduct, right? I'll definitely come up with it. I need to think about. I need to brainstorm about it. Let me check it. Also, you do one thing. Share me the transcripts.
Okay,
But
I will.
what will happen is Piyush you'll be already familiar with the topic, right?
That's why I asked you to.
Okay, no worries. Still send me out. I'll make a copycat of it,
Okay,
and
okay.
I'll come up with amazing group exercise. Different group exercise, three different things that you have learned it out. We'll conduct two more, and all the best to you. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep reading, keep listening to the things. Improvement day by day करना है, and don't sleep for so many hours, right? 10
Yes.
घंटा so के you are thinking it out कि मैं there were some folks who came to me at the last minute and they're telling me कि office की meeting चल रही है and they want me to take their interview. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. You should tell me, and every day I'm conducting 4 interviews, so tell me one day prior to the final interview that hey Akash, I want your interview, so that it will be very easy for me to uh, put my time for you. Today 4 people, yesterday 4 people, day before that 3 people, and I'm like person I'll definitely spend that 40 to 50 minutes. I am like कि 20 मिनट का इंटरव्यू आप मेरे साथ कर रहे हो तो नहीं होगा. I really want you to improve. मैं सब चीजें आपको सिखा दूंगा, but Karthik has taken the first interview. Karthik knows about it, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, it is more than 90 minutes. I can stretch it up to 2 hours, but yeah, that's it from my side. Don't forget to write feedback about this group exercise. Let the unaware ones, because awareness नहीं होती है ना, दुख होता है कि इनका नहीं हुआ. तो more competition रखो ताकि you will be able to bloom out. Put out in the group that hey, this was group exercise, this was topic, this is what I learned, and this is what I need to improve. Right? Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining with us. It was a great interaction, and happy
Thank
weekend
you.
to you within 2 days. Yeah.
Thanks
Someone
to
was
you
saying,
too.
yeah. Thank you. No worries.
Thank you.
Guys, I,
Thank you,
I need
Akash,
to
for
take
this.
out. It's almost 12:30. I need to take some break.